Hey fam, good morning. It's another beautiful day. Getting ready to take my walk and just thought I'd shoot a quick video here out of John chapter 9. Story that you've probably heard of a blind man, a beggar, in fact. And Jesus meets him on the temple steps and does something really interesting. Jesus kneels down, spits in the mud, and puts mud on his eyeballs. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the sound that this guy would have heard? The swishing around of mud, and then feeling this wet cake on his face. And then Jesus says to him, I want you to go down to the pool of Siloam. I want you to wipe that off. And it's interesting because what we don't know, what we aren't familiar with, is that the pool would have been a half-mile walk. A half a mile away, healing was available for this guy. Everything that he needed to be healed, he knew, but two things had to happen. First, in order for him to achieve healing, he had to believe that Jesus was capable, right? He had to believe that healing was available. He had to believe that this guy who had just put mud on his face was telling the truth. Secondly, he had to get up and walk. It's interesting because so many times I think in my life I want to see before I believe. It's just not the way that it works. So many times God says, I want you to believe me, I want you to trust me, I want you to follow me. And as you go, I'm going to show you. The other thing that's important for you to understand is that wouldn't it be great if God would just strike you with lightning, if God would just change all the things in your life that you hoped would be different? Your marriage would be different, your kids would be different, your finances would be different. Maybe if God would just on the spot. But just like God told that blind beggar, you need to get up and you need to go. So many times you don't get to stay put and achieve the good that God has for you. You got to get up and you got to start walking things out. So many of the things that we want are already available to us. Jesus has already healed us. Jesus has already done everything that's necessary. But before I get to see it, before I get to experience, I have to believe that he's capable of doing it. And my belief gets me up. My belief gets me walking. My belief puts me on a journey. And this half-mile journey that this blind man would have gone on, he probably didn't have anyone help him, so it would have been slow, it would have been arduous, he would have probably fallen down. But by the time he got to that pool, as he'd walked out his faith, by the time he put the water out of that pool on his face, can you imagine? God validated his belief and healed him. God, I think, healed him a half mile earlier. But the man had to walk it out to experience it. And I'm wondering today, as I'm taking my walk, where are the things that God has for me to see, but I don't believe? And what are the things that God has to heal in my heart that I just need to walk it out? I want to encourage you today. Take a walk, get outside, spend time with God, and ask God, what are the things that he has for you to see? What are the things that he has for you to experience? What are the beliefs and the walk and the journey, stumbling, falling down, the faith journey that God has you on, that if you'll just believe God and take that next right step, he'll validate it. He'll show up. He'll do something beautiful. He'll renew. He'll restore. He'll redeem. He'll do what he promised to do, because that's who he is. I love you. I miss you. I hope to see you soon, but I hope you're enjoying these walks. And more than that, I hope you're enjoying God. I'm praying for you. I love you. See you soon.